Kate here, welcome back to another video. Today's intro is a little bit of a stray in comparison to my others. I wanted to apologize for my very long-winded absence and give you my best in regards to all of the support I've received over the past couple of years. It's been amazing that you guys have still stuck around and I really appreciate that. When I'm ready to sit down and make a segment long enough to explain where I've been, that'll be uploaded as soon as possible, but I still have a lot going on and wanted to start pumping out content for you guys again before I stray too far from my regular formula. I try to keep my videos under a certain length because I don't like wasting anyone's time, including my own. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the video, and if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and hit that like button to push me further up in the algorithm. I appreciate you guys so much. If you haven't, please check out my other videos and I'll see you guys in the next one. So we're going to start off with the newest Warlock exotic Rime Raiment. It allows our 𝗕𝗥𝗢𝗄𝗧 turret to last longer, spawn stasis crystals, and grant our guardian icicles over time that will hone in on enemies as we fire our weapons for more slowing, freezing, and damage capabilities within this build setup. It'll help the flow of the gameplay loop feel more concrete. We'll be running Ager's Scepter with this, which you could replace with something like 𝗕𝗂𝗶𝗺𝗀𝗍 or 𝗕𝗥𝗄𝗄𝗏, but I chose Agers specifically due to its ease of use, sheer power output, its alternate fire, and the new roaming super regens when dealing damage, its freezing burst, and its overall capability to create more stasis shards to keep stacking our frost armor more reliably. Stasis final blows also reload Agers even outside its alternate firing mode, which these icicles given to us by our exotic armor help us do on a regular basis. As for armor mods, I'm running triple bomber on my class item, triple innervation on my boots, which will make more sense here in a minute, triple stasis reserves on my chest piece, and double grenade kickstart on my gauntlets. As for those who are new and are looking for builds to try out on your new Warlock with this armor piece and don't know what these mods are, here are the icons and their descriptions. Bomber reduces cooldown for grenades when you use your class ability, innervation grants grenade energy when picking up an orb of power, and double grenade kickstart grants energy after using your grenade if you have an armor charge to expend. Any more than 2 grenade kickstarts isn't worth the slot due to the recharge you're already getting from the other mods and your subclass verbs. It's also giving diminishing returns for each mod stacked onto another. Now for our stasis subclass, we're running Glacial Harvest and Bleak Watcher for our aspects. Glacial Harvest allows us to gain stasis shards when freezing targets and allows us to stack our frost armor. Bleak Watcher allows us to consume our grenade charge in place of a stationary stasis turret that will home in on enemies, slowing and freezing them, directly correlating to the rest of our build with Rime Raiment and Ager's Scepter. Everything else in our utility selections are up to personal preference. Now for fragments, we're running Whisper of Shards, which increases grenade regen when shattering stasis crystals, Whisper of Bonds, which generates an orb of power when defeating frozen targets, one of the most important ones here, Whisper of Rime, your frost armor has increased duration and maximum stack count, and finally Whisper of Conduction, nearby stasis shards track your position. This is to make securing and keeping frost armor's uptime much easier, as our survivability won't be as strong as solar, void, or prismatic. There's also several different subjects within the build you can replace with something else to fit your needs or your playstyle, such as Ager's Scepter. You could choose something like 𝗕𝗥𝗄𝗏 or 𝗕𝗂𝗶𝗍𝗍 if you aren't a fan of trace rifles or you don't want to rely on special ammo to make the build work to its full potential. If you just aren't a fan of trace rifles but want a secondary stasis special ammo option that won't take up an exotic slot, you could also use the new stasis GL Liturgy with Rime Stealer and Chill Clip to slow, freeze, and create a lot of stasis shards if you have one available to you. My favorite thing about this build is that you don't necessarily need to kill enemies to make it work. With the crystals Rime Raiment spawns, you could shoot these and immediately start regenerating your grenade. Shooting and shattering 2 crystals maximizes this countdown to increase the regen, leaving you 2 more to shoot when it's over. Also, with the length of this enhanced Bleak Watcher, it will also periodically spawn more stasis crystals after you have destroyed the others, giving you more opportunity for a longer enhanced recharge. The freezing effects Bleak Watcher is able to dish out also spawns the shards you need for frost armor, instead of having to chase enemies down to work up to the maximum stacks. Like I stated earlier, you can also substitute some of these mods for something different if these do not work for you. I have a few examples here in the gameplay, plus a demonstration of how using more than 2 kickstarts provides no additional benefit. Even 2 of them doesn't really seem worth it, but I put them here to use as a placeholder for something else as a demonstration here and forgot to change off of it. Innervation and Bomber are different, as there's really no negative trade-off for using them other than having to expend your class ability energy, which we'd be doing anyway, and having to work to get the orbs we need to take advantage of Innervation, but that doesn't come at the cost of our kit either, since we can do this passively through our build, as everything we are using can freeze enemies. All the different combinations I tried with kickstarts provided no meaningful benefit to argue running more than one. I even tested each level of armor charge and each stack combined with those charges. Didn't seem to change at all, so Innervation and Bomber were my go-tos here in place of that. Now if you really want to go crazy with this build, it's really a simple fix. Just run literally anything with Demolitionist. I recommend something with Incandescent, Volt Shot, or Destabilizing rounds, as Demolitionist grants energy when those perks eliminate a target, making for some crazy energy gains as you see in the gameplay. Also, if you feel some of the fragments aren't worth it, you can also change those. I also have an alternate version where I swap Whisper of Conduction with Whisper of Refraction, which grants class ability energy when defeating slowed or frozen targets, which will still directly affect our build in a positive way as we'll have more opportunities to activate Bomber and more healing. The only trade-off is the easier acquisition of Frost Armor, which you'll have to chase down now. This build could see use in both high-end content and at-level content due to its ease of use and its potency for ad control. Bleakwatcher has been a staple in the Stasis Warlock kit, and it's only gotten better with Rime Coat Raiment. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the build and the video. If you aren't subscribed already and enjoyed the video, consider doing so to see more content like this from me in the near future. If you didn't enjoy the video, leave a comment down below and let me know what I can improve on, and I will see you guys in the next video.